What's up, guys? Back with another banger sales call breakdown. So obviously, as you guys know, I have been sharing a lot of my sales calls from my online fitness coaching days. I've built a multiple six-figure online fitness coaching company with my twin brother, and now we are helping other online fitness coaches scale. So everything from systems, lead generation, right? We implement all of those things so fitness coaches can have minimum one call a day, and they can have an over 50% closing rate, and they can scale up their company, right? We do that all automated. We implement the systems for them. Now on this sales call, right, it's going to be a pretty smooth close, but obviously I need to pre-handle a lot of objections, right? So at the spot that I'm going to show, as always, I'm going to show the part where I explain my entire process, okay? And then I'm going to show the part where I'm literally pre-handling the objections and handling their objections and getting them on this prospect inside the program, right? So there are going to be a lot of tasty objection handling in this call, right? So if you have a problem with sales, make sure that you watch this video through, take a pen and a notebook, and let's get into it. What do you think of the process altogether? Like, do you think that this is something that that is reasonable for you to stick to? Right? So obviously, after I explained the whole method, after I explained what I'm going to have this client with, I ask what he thinks of the process. Again, you always need to do this, right? I said it a million times. Why you need to do this is because financial-based objections and uncertainty-based objections need to be handled differently. Financial-based objections, most of the times after you set your price, are not real. Okay, so if you ever hear something that's when a prospect says, it's too expensive, I can't afford it, I need to think about it, these are all excuses. These are not objections. Okay, there is always an objection behind it. Most of the times, if that prospect wouldn't have any uncertainty about your program, no matter what the price is that you say, they would get into the program and they would pay you up front, right? Financial based objections should only be taken seriously if you solved every single other objection throughout the call, right? You know that they are 100% on board with the program, they just quite literally can't afford your price, right? So most of the times that's not the case, as long as you have the right lead on the call, which obviously I teach in my other videos, how to get qualified calls every single day. And in this case, obviously I asked what they think of the process, and then I will figure out if they have any concerns. Extremely important. So let's get into it. Let's see.
Good question. The scary part is the commitment, the checking up on and all that, and then the what you call it, the picture. I'm a little comfortable.
By the way, Joey absolutely crushed it in our program. I absolutely love this guy, okay? But as you could see, he already explained concerns, right? Because I gave him the chance to do that. Most coaches are just going to run ahead, rush to the price, and hope that the prospect will buy, right? Before asking these questions, you cannot be sure if they are 100% on board with your program, and you can't solve their objections. You can't actually help with their concerns, right? So this is why I need to ask questions. He already started opening up.
Uncomfortable with that. And then I already have blood work from my doctor, but it's not monthly. So those are the uncomfortable parts of it.
Yeah, no, man. So in terms of the blood, obviously I'm going to dig deeper. I'm going to give solutions to these things, right? It's extremely important. Work and the progress picture, okay? It's as I mentioned, it's not a must. Okay, so some of our clients are also not comfortable with sending progress. So just to clarify it, right? These are concerns, okay? You shouldn't take everything seriously, but at this stage, you have the freedom of solving every little concern, right? Obviously, I know that the big problem is not that he needs to do blood work once a month in my program, right? The big problem is not that he needs to send pictures, right? Joey was sending progress pictures really consistently inside the program, okay? But still, you need to keep them safe, telling them that any concern shouldn't be a real problem, right? And this is what I'm doing right here. Pictures, that's completely fine, man. It's not like once you jump into this program, I need to see shirtless pictures of you, or something. It's literally it's for your own good if you want to send it. Obviously, I keep the vibe friendly, okay, not salesy or whatever. I am an expert who is going to help this person make the right decision to change his life, right? Just keep it friendly. You can, what I would advise you is, even if you don't send it to me, you just do it for your own, because you can just see the progress. That's the main thing, seeing the progress.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe by the end of the program, by the way, you could, if you do it for yourself, you could get more confident with the progress pictures, because it's going to be a huge transformation. 20 pounds less, you're going to look way better. So it's not. Right. So obviously, I even hyped him up about his transformation. Right. I did really good here. Not a must. Blood work is not a must, especially if you're already doing it. That's great. That's amazing. Okay. So after the program, you can just go once to your doctor to see how it improved. That's also great. I would love to hear the results, but as I mentioned, that's not a must. In terms of the accountability, so you mentioned what is the. And now I get on the thing that sounded like the real objection, right? Accountability, right? This sounds like he might not be 100% sure that he would be able to execute in the program, and he doesn't want to let me down inside the program. He's a little bit nervous about that, right? All the other things were little concerns. I still address them. You need to address it. Never ignore anything that the prospect tells you, right? But obviously, I quickly got on the real thing, something that sounded really, really real. The commitment and people holding you accountable, like what's the issue there?
I tend to slack off sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I know you were
whatever the prospect tells you, right? Obviously, just okay, no problem.
You were persistent in getting in touch with me, and I'm like, ooh.
Yes, man. No. He obviously referred to our DM conversation, right? So Joey was, by the way, followed us from an ad, right? So this is from an Instagram ad that we ran at the time. And obviously, in the conversation that we had, like, I really insisted on him jumping on a call, right? I didn't let him go there. So that's what he was referring to. I get that, right? I get that.
Yeah. And it was good, because when you come after me, it's like, oh yeah, I have to forget it, and then
extremely important, right? There is a huge take here also in lead generation and also in sales. As you can see, he said it's really good, right? So whenever you're being persistent with someone, right? For example, you're handling an objection, you're in the DMs and you want to book a call, right? People will be extremely grateful if you do these things in the right way. Okay, if someone helps someone do something that otherwise they are not confident in doing, they will be extremely grateful, because at the end of the day, what is your job as a coach, right? Like here, I'm not a sales guy, I'm not a sleazy sales guy. Obviously, my job right now is to close the deal and have this person. But the way I'm going to do that, the best way to do that, is if I'm the expert, I keep him safe, right? And I help him make a good decision. People will be extremely, extremely grateful. And obviously, they will thank you with a big fat paycheck and getting amazing results in the program and getting a really good testimonial.
The time difference, because I am uncomfortable calling you when you're asleep, and because where are you calling from? My base is in Hungary, Budapest. Maybe you heard of. Yeah. At the moment, I'm in Italy, but it's the same time zone, because so at the time I was obviously traveling, right? Again, this stuff is just it's not too relevant, right? Still address it, right? But we'll need to get back onto the accountability and the execution part. But I still address it, right? I'm visiting my French is Italian. But most of our clients, actually not most, all of them are from Canada, USA. Many of them are actually Pacific time zone. So this is something that we can work around. I am used to, so my working hours are usually late, up to 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. even, because I have calls up to that point. So it's not something that you should worry about, because you can literally call me anytime. If it's like going up to the 4 a.m., right, which by that time probably you wouldn't call me anyways. But if it goes up to up to 4 a.m. for me and I can't pick up, then next morning I'm gonna call you as fast as possible. Obviously, wait until you wake up, right? But I'm going to call you like, hey, ma'am, what did you want, right? Like, let's talk. So we are used to this. This is a done system. And then when you call, do you use a WhatsApp, or do you use Instagram, or?
WhatsApp. So our chat is going to be on WhatsApp. So I want to. So as you can see, this prospect has a lot of questions, right? But if I didn't give him the chance to ask these questions, then he would have never told me. He wouldn't have bought, right? That's 100%, because all these things are in his head. He's thinking, right? He's unsure. This is why you need to address these things on the call. Never just rush to the price. Let them think about it, because nobody will buy. Okay, you close on the call 99% of the times. You need to be a closer, right? This is what a coach does. This is what a good coach does. Differentiate or our coaching chat from all of your other chats. Okay, so if you're already using WhatsApp, not a problem, but I want to have a specific group only for the coaching, because that's how I know, okay, this group got a message, okay, it's my coach, I need to check it out.
Yeah, because I have a very good friend.
I basically already started coaching him, right? All of these things make him more secure. Like I'm already acting like he's already my client. Extremely important frame.
In Milan, so that's how we communicate.
Nice. Okay. Nice, man. Yeah. So if you have WhatsApp, that's great. Especially, it's the best if you don't use it for a lot of things, But even if you use it, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. And in terms of holding accountable, right? So you mentioned that you're a bit and I get back on topic. Okay, so never forget, right? There is always only one real objection, right? This one sounded the most serious, right? Obviously, throughout having multiple sales calls, you will develop a gut feeling of like, okay, what can be the real thing here? Still addressed all the concerns, but I'm going back to the main topic. I'm comfortable with that. So if you have to be honest, right? You also jumped on this call because I was persistent, right? That's like that's a natural, a natural personality trait as a coach. Okay, so look, you mentioned that you tend to slack off sometimes. Now, even if it's uncomfortable a bit, that someone holds you accountable, right? It could be a bit scary up front. Like, what do you think? Which is better, to stay comfortable and nobody holds you accountable, or to get a bit uncomfortable but get into a system that works, that can get results, and then someone is pushing you to execute?
Yeah. No, I appreciate the persistence. You
see, so obviously I solve objections through questions. Okay, the best thing you can do in objection handling is that you ask the right questions, right? You ask a question that helps the prospect realize that his concern is not real, his objection is not a problem, right? People are not stupid. You can fool people, you can force people. All you can do is build an amazing, freaking good program. Then, if they have any concerns, address them and then make them realize why they should join. Okay? In this sense, all sales is, and also coaching, frankly, is just helping people making the right decisions.
Because I also have a friend who lives in Louisiana who is the same way, because when I get in a mental state, he's the one that just get out of that and stuff. Yeah, so I appreciate the persistence, but but sometimes I feel like I upset the person because Yes, of course. So obviously Joey is a really nice guy, okay? So he's an awesome dude. We need to address these things. And that's the point, right? So the point is that because I'm going to be a coach, so it's completely different when you have a relationship like this with a long-time friend and when you have a relationship like this with your coach. So obviously it's going to be a friend relationship, but throughout the program I'm going to stay your coach. So you never need to worry about whether or not you upset me, whether or not you or you failed me or something like that, because this program is for your best interest, is for your results. So me, I'm never going to get upset if you slack off, right? I'm just going to hold you accountable so you start doing stuff. Okay, so it's a completely clean relationship between two people who are clearly just working on each other's success, right? So I'm just going to work on your success. You never need to make it personal in a way that, oh my God, I upset my coach, right? You don't need to worry about it, man. By the way, the camera is horrible with the lights, so that annoyed me throughout the call. I remember that, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, so it's going to be a very good relationship between the two of us. It's going to be about your success, and I will just do everything in my power to have you succeed, right? That's the point of it. So you don't need to worry about upsetting me or something like that. Okay, we are going to get ahead and work effectively. Okay. Sounds good. That was a really sure okay, right? So obviously sounds like this is not a concern anymore. So we talked these things through, like that you mentioned that maybe you're uncomfortable with a few things. So now that we talked it through, what do you think of the process? Is it everything sounds like you can stick to it? It sounds like it's really. And now, obviously, I still don't let it go. I want to 100% make sure that he doesn't have any concerns, okay? Because if I just go ahead now, he can still have some concerns, right? Maybe this part of the thing didn't exactly get solved, right? Maybe there is something else behind it, and what he really meant with this fear of not of letting me down, right, of accountability, is that he's not sure that he will execute in the program, right? All of these things can stop someone from buying, from joining your program, unless you solve it. Feasible for you to succeed with the program. it sounds doable. Yes, it sounds possible. And when I was watching the video, it makes sense.
Hmm.
You know, on how you are approaching this, um, because
Obviously, by the time that I was doing the call, I already sent him one of my content assets, right? I talk a lot about content assets in my other YouTube videos, okay? That's one of the most powerful tools for pre-selling, right? I already sent him a content asset that explained the entire process even before the sales call, so it saves me time on the sales call, and also it pre-sells the prospect, right? So that's what he referred to.
my yeah, like you're right. I don't have the structure, and I'm creating one on my own, and maybe somebody has to tell me what the structure is, and maybe work from there.
Got it, got it, man. Because in terms of the structure that you've been creating for your own, right? Like, it's not bad. Obviously, I sensed a little bit, right? One of another very um, easily reoccurring objections in online fitness coaching is that people can do it themselves. Like, I don't need to spend on this because if I really put my mind to it on my own, I can do it myself. Why would I need a $3,000 program for that, right? So I kind of sense that that might be a thing here. So obviously, as soon as I sense it, right, from my gut feeling, I catch it, I solve it, right? Now, if you're not as experienced as me, just ask a question about it, right? And if you don't have a gut feeling, just do the classic objection handling, like, okay, and in terms of your process, right? Do you think that you would get the results with that? Okay. I mean, do you think that you would get the results with mine faster? Right. So would that be a problem? Right. Would you rather do it with my program than on your own? And there is loads of options there where you can get to know an objection, dig deeper, and solve it. Right. Here, I felt it, so I can handle it really easily. But I'm also going to ask questions about it. Better to create a structure for your own, right? It's better than if you don't have any structure. But the problem is if you're not getting the results that you want with the structure that you created, then you need a new one. And for that, you probably need a better structure. For a better structure, you probably need help, right? So the structure that I just explained to you is going to work way better. So the first week you're going to see results. The second week you're going to see even better results. It's going to be results every single week in terms of your weight dropping. It's going to be a consistent results flow. And that's why I think it's very important to put you on the trajectory with a good structure.
Okay.
I went really strong on my structure, right? It was a really good solution for the concern that he could have had.
Do you have clients that plateau? So when
You see, you're slowly getting it. Like throughout this whole conversation, as I mentioned in the beginning, all we are really talking about is whether or not he will be able to execute and get the results. This is the one main objection. He's just explaining and asking questions in different directions, talking about the same thing basically, right? This is the only one objection I need to solve. I need to make sure make sure that he understands that he will be able to execute, right? This is the one main objection.
it feels like, oh, you're doing everything that you can, and then nothing's happening.
Yes. So obviously, we have always, a few clients who plateau. Here, right? If someone asks you like this, like if someone asks you about client success rate, right? Like, let's say, what's your client success rate? Or someone asks, are there any clients who don't get results? Are there any clients who don't execute, right? All these things. Never say something stupid where it sounds salesy and you're not honest and you say, of course, 100% of my clients get 100% results. Everybody reaches their dreams, right? There is absolutely no problem. It's impossible to fit, right? That's so salesy, right? And the people are not stupid again. You won't fool anyone, right? So you need to be honest. Always say an honest number, right? Obviously, your program should be extremely, extremely good. So you better work on getting really good results to your clients, right? But if you're watching this video, probably that's not going to be a problem for you. So yeah, I'm just going to explain a realistic approach to that. Then are some cases where some people plateau, but we solve that. So for a week or two, that's included in the program. Like that's something that always happens. Nothing always goes 110% perfectly, right? So yes, right? Because if I would have started saying 150% it's going to work, right? It instead of building security, which you would think, it's counterproductive and it breaks trust because nothing works 100% of the time, right? You should always be honest and paint a realistic picture in the prospect's head, that's the fastest way to close, right? People want to trust you, people want to hear the real deal, okay? And that's how they are going to actually get into your program.
Yes, that there is clients like that, but it's never because I'm doing like it's never the case that everybody's doing everything, but they just magically plateau. Okay, there's always
Again, this is right. So, the truth is that if someone executes in the program, they do get results, they don't plateau, right?
an issue, right? It cannot happen. So if you are following everything in the program, you're following the structure, you're going to lose weight. There's no doubt about it. It's 100%. It's biology. It's biology. Okay, so you are going to burn body fat. If you plateau, it's because of some certain issues. Let's say something got busier, you weren't sticking to it too well. You, in your head, in your mind, you think that you are sticking to it perfectly, but in reality, maybe you ate a couple of foods that you didn't really track, or you didn't really account for, right? You don't know that you forget that you ate that food, you didn't report.
Obviously, I show a high level of expertise here, right? It shows that I work with a lot of clients because I literally know mistakes people who want to lose weight make that they don't even realize that they are making, right? Obviously, that's being an experienced coach, right? So, I did great here.
Or to me, something like this, you're doing something that you don't even notice that you're doing, and because of that, you don't progress, right? So these things, as a coach, look, I've worked with 150 plus clients already, right? Like getting results for them, losing 30, 40 pounds. Like I notice these things. Okay, so if you plateau for a week, we will jump on a call. I will ask the right questions. I will identify what the issue is. You're going to adjust it, and you're going to continue losing weight.
So again, I'm not telling him that it's impossible that he will plateau. What I'm telling him is the reason why he wants to do this program, why he wants to join this program, right? If he plateaus, why I'm there is for solving that, right? Helping him, adjusting, and then continuing getting results. That's why people join a health and fitness coaching program, right? That's the main reason. Any coaching program, frankly.
Okay, so yes, and also the other parts where you can plateau a little bit is maybe you've been losing weight really effectively and fast. Your metabolic rate like caught up, so we need to adjust the energy balance. Maybe we need to give you a little bit of harder workouts because you're fit, so you can burn more calories. Maybe we need to decrease a little bit of the calories, right? So it's really easy to solve these things. Yes, it could be that for a week you're not losing weight because your body is not a computer. We're going to adjust the program and you're going to continue losing weight. That's why the coaching is very important. That we are in relationship every single day, right? We are in connection every single day. It's very important.
Okay. What about the time strain?
So obviously, sometimes you don't get these concerns really quick, that easily. But Joey was an honest guy, right? Up front, he just asked all the concerns that he had, right? So when a prospect does that, you're lucky, right? I mean, you're not lucky because you gave them the chance to do that. They feel enough trust and comfort with you that they are willing to ask these questions, right? But it's not that hard to solve these concerns.
How long is this program going to be? Is it short term? Is it long term? And all that?
Yes, so it's 12 weeks long, right? The program is 12 weeks long. If you jump into the program right now, after everything that you heard, and we're going to talk about it in a bit, we actually, at the moment, we also offer bonuses, right? Which is an extra 4 weeks.
I usually say the bonus after my price, right? But because it came out really naturally, there is no reason why I shouldn't tell him about the bonus right now.
Weeks of coaching, because at this point of the year we are like getting stacked up really, really fast. So we literally just had 3 spots like last week. That one spot already filled up.
I create urgency, right? So he understands that obviously we don't have a lot of spaces, which you shouldn't have, right? If you have a lot of spaces in your coaching program, then you're doing something seriously wrong, okay? Check out all of my other YouTube videos or book a call with us so we can get that handled, right? But obviously for me, it was completely true.
Actually, I just got a new client like yesterday. He joined the program. So we have the last 2 spots in the program. And for these last 4 or 5 spots usually that we have for a period, we usually offer these bonuses. Okay, this doesn't happen a lot. It's usually once a year that we do that. So it's a full extra month of coaching. Okay, so and everything provided. So it's 16 weeks instead of 12 weeks long. And also you're going to get a lifetime access to our accountability. Okay, so basically you can, once you're in the group chat, you're always going to be in the group chat with me and my brother, right? And you will always be able to ask me questions. Okay, so And like,
So obviously, this is very powerful. Also, another thing I wanted to say here, right? When a prospect starts asking questions like this, it's an extremely good sign. That means that they really want to get in, right? They just have A, B, C concerns. They just want to know if that's going to be a problem, right? So whenever a prospect starts asking questions like this, like it's most probably going to be a close as long as you can solve those concerns, right? Because if someone wants to jump into something, that's when they want to know all the details about it, right? If someone didn't even like what they heard, they will just jump off of the call. They won't even care about questions, right? So it's a very good sign whenever a prospect starts asking questions. Don't get scared that, oh my God, they're not sure about jumping in. It's actually a very, very good sign.
like for the rest of times, if you have some issue, I'm going to answer. If you want to jump on a call, I'm going to jump on a call with you. You are going to have constant attention by me and by Matt as well. Okay, so it's a huge commitment. Obviously, as I mentioned, we don't do it a lot. Okay, so this it's just a lucky situation that at the moment we offer the bonuses because we want to fill up the spaces. But obviously, that's only if you jump into the program right now, because that we want to fill the spots up really fast. Okay, so it's 16 weeks the commitment, and you will also have lifetime accountability. Just to answer your question straight. So yeah.
Okay. If I get into the 16th, say like if I get into the program now, what do I need to do for you as compensation
So obviously, he has about the price, right?
and all that?
Yes, so the full program, as I mentioned, is this also the business side of things. It's the full price for that is $3,000 altogether. Okay, so that means the 4 months, okay, of coaching, right? So that's basically the price for the coaching program. In terms of that, you're going to get everything. Okay, so you're going to get the coaching, daily accountability, the meal plans, new personalized meal plan every single week, new personalized workout plan every single week, everything, the whole system, and the full 4 months of everything, right? All the services provided, the done for you element, all those things. But I think that's not what's important. I think what's important,
right? Immediately I go into the pitch, right? He was really like, if someone literally asks about the price, that's again a good sign, right? Then that means that the buying temperature is high. Like they're excited to get to know the price because they want to get in, right? So again, as I always say, how you pitch your price. First, you always explain the features quickly so they understand again what they are getting, but then you sell the transformation. You always say, but look, that's one thing. I think what really matters is, and then you paint their hell state, you paint their dream state, you connect the dots with your method, and you say that what you are going to get for $3,000 is not a meal plan, not a workout plan, not a coaching program. What you are going to get for $3,000 is your dream life, is your dream result, right? If you put it that way, any price is worth it. People will start buying.
Important is you literally got to the point now in your health and fitness where a little bit scared, maybe you gained all the weight back. You lost a bunch of weight, you gained a bit back. At the moment, you're trying to figure it out, how to do this structure. It's been a while that you tried to figure this out. Also, you told me about this in the Instagram chat.
Obviously, for this, you need to do the discovery phase of the call really well, right? If you want my entire sales call pitch, how exactly I build it up, send me a message on Instagram. Okay, I'm going to send it to you, right? How to do the discovery phase as well. And that's why I can paint his health state and dream state, because I exactly know what his pain points are and I exactly know what he wants to achieve.
And you couldn't really, okay? So I think what's the most important thing is with this program, in a few weeks, we can take you from A to B. And not only that you're going to lose the 20 pounds or probably even more. I believe that even 30 could be reasonable, 20 to 30 pounds, right? If you want to do that, 20 is the minimum. But you're going to get the habit system that you need in order to sustain those results, whatever the hell happens. Because before when you've been losing it, before when there was a good situation, you didn't have all those injuries, the surgery, everything, right? Now this is going to be a new you with a new routine, new results, getting down to your ideal weight, and also knowing how to sustain it. I think that's that transformation was the most important. The transformation.
So I did a crazy strong pitch with everything included. I solved all the concerns before. I slapped the bonus on there, and then I even saw the transformation in a way that obviously I know that his main goal is that he never needs to worry about gaining the weight back. Just losing the weight wouldn't have been enough. I also tell him and make him and ensure him that he will also never gain the weight back, which by the way haven't happened ever since. So Joey is still going really strong. He got amazing results in the program.
If you invest, right, you put some skin in the game, you invest into a coaching program, it takes you from A to B, and you don't need to worry about this anymore. You don't need to think about this. It's just going to be a fixed issue for you. So I would love to do that with you. Okay, I would love to go ahead with you with the program. So what do you say, man?
Um, I'm in the middle of, because when you mentioned the price, do you have a payment program, or do you need it?
Obviously, usual gist, right? People want to know if there is a payment plan. Never go for the payment plan until you're 100% sure that they can't afford the full price, and until you're 100% sure that the only concern that they have at this point is literally just the affordability of the program, whether or not they can afford it, right? So always go for the highest amount of cash collected possible. That's the best for your client, and that's also the best, obviously, for your business. Don't go for easy closes.
That's a lump sum. That's my only concern.
Yes, so depends, right? 99% of our clients pay upfront. It's just better for them. There are a couple of reasons, right? They pay upfront because
Obviously explain, right? Don't just tell them that, hey, I need more money up front, right? Like, obviously explain, like, tell them that it's the best for them, right? People will understand, right? People know when they hear the truth.
first of all, the investment upfront holds them accountable even better. They start executing even better. It's a psychological reason as well. It's really good for the client if they invest, because they put some trust in me, they put some trust in the program, and they are actually going to execute. And the second reason is just how we do things. They usually like to invest upfront, right? They don't want to do it in a monthly way. And we did exceptions, in rare occasions, if someone is literally physically unable to get into the program because
Right? What I just told you, right? I literally explain him this, right? So it's very important.
they just literally don't have the 3K on the account at the moment, right? They cannot pay it. Then yep, we usually break down the payments, because I would rather work with you if that's the only reason. Like, for me, it doesn't really matter. It's not a huge difference. It would be a difference only for you. So I would rather solve that.
So obviously I flipped the script, right? Saying that obviously for him it's better if he invests, right? For me it doesn't matter. I don't need the money, right? Like, I have loads of calls, I have loads of clients. Probably I'm going to raise prices, soon, right? What am I going to do with 3K, right? What I do want is that I can help him the best, right? Why you should be in coaching, obviously. I mean, all of us are also running a business because of financial reasons, right? You want to make big bucks, you want to be free, right? But when you are on a call with someone, your number one priority is helping that person, right? So that's the frame you should come from.
So if you put the money aside, by the way, so in the payment plans and all those things, in terms of the program, because that's the only way I want you to get into the program, right? Would you be happy to invest this amount into this coaching program? Would you be happy to jump into the program for this?
I'd like to. Do you take credit cards?
Yes, we do take credit cards. Yes.
Okay. You see, he's not worried about that, right? But most probably what was the thing here is that he didn't have the 3,000 on his card immediately, but because I explained, he decided, okay, let's do it with a credit card.
Yeah, if that's possible. And is it okay? Do you? Since I'm also, my concern is that I'm older. I'm going to be 50.
Right? So as you could see, I could feel the close, right? I couldn't wait to close. But as a closer, you always need to keep composure. Never start rushing the prospect, no matter how close you are to the close, right? Anything the prospect says, always just assess it, right? Address it. Just, you should be a strong rock in this situation. You don't need the money, you don't need the close. It's not important for you. What's important for you is that you can have this person, and it should be more important for the prospect to get into your program, right? Always have that mindset. Anything they throw at you at any point in the call, just don't even react.
59 next month.
Yeah. Nice. Happy birthday. So no, man, we worked with 60 somethings before. We one of our clients actually was in a horrible situation. He was extremely,
this is going to be a true story, right?
Extremely overweight. He was diabetic. He was 60 something, and his only workout that he could do is sit and stand. Right, so he could stand up and sit down, because he was so morbidly obese. He was in a very dangerous situation. He lost a lot of weight in the program. He got way healthier. So, man, it's a village with all age groups, so we can adjust it. It shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, because there's that part where you said metabolism and testosterone. That as you get older, it gets harder to bring it up.
And this is the exact reason why it's going to be amazing.
right? Still, there was a little bit of concern with him executing, with him getting results. The whole call, whenever I addressed any concern, was only about this one objection, right? So I'm going to just address it again.
Amazing for you, to accelerate it a bit, because you're going to first feel younger, and also you're going to burn body fat faster. Okay, so the method still works.
Also, what I want you to notice, all throughout this call, it it doesn't seem at all like I am trying to sell anything. What I did all throughout the call is ask questions and answer questions to the best of my abilities. There was no pushing, no rushing, no forcing, right? It was quite literally a very smooth and easy process. It was a natural conversation.
Doesn't matter what age you are, but probably you're going to experience even a bigger boost in the program, because simply, yes, you're older a little bit, so it's going to be even a better experience in terms of how you feel on a daily basis.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you would want to continue? Want to jump in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the close, right? It was a really smooth close, right? Was a lot of objection handling, a lot of concerns in my prospect. I just solved everything naturally, right? So this is how good sales look, okay? You need to be empathetic, socially calibrated. You need to be the expert who just helps people make the right decision. That's what I did here, right? Obviously, you need to know the right process for that, okay? We teach that to our clients extremely well. We give them the exact script that we have been using for our sales calls, right? That got me this closing percentage, that got me closing 3K deals daily upfront, right? So that's extremely good. Look, if you want to learn how to sell like this, if you want to have one qualified call every single day, implement it for you, completely automated, right? If you want a killer setter implemented in your company, if you want the best content strategy on the market, right? If you want to be elevated from all the fitness coaches out there and you want to start dominating your market, you definitely need to book a call with us, right? This is what we do for our clients. Check out all of my client results. Like, I'm not hiding anything. Okay, go to my Instagram, check out my client results, check out our interviews with our clients. And after you did that, make sure that you get your credit card ready and you jump on a call with me and we can start working together. So thank you very much. See you in the next video.